Stop it. Yeah, just relax. Jesus. My God. These dogs today have been driving me nuts. I don't know what else to say about it. They knocked over my planter stand. The dirt was everywhere. I had to use 2 vacuums and my rug shampooer. You know what I mean? Like, Hey! No. No. Stop it. Stop it. Knock it off. Hey, I'm doing a reading right now. For heaven's sakes. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and the Empress. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to get things done quickly here. And it's like this 3 of Cups here is labeled witch. So it might be one of those things where you're getting things done quickly, but you don't even know how you're getting it done. And this Empress Kali with all the hands, it's like you're juggling. But again, you're getting it done. But underneath here, it's this Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. It's kind of like this insecurity. Oh my gosh, this 2 of Swords keeps popping out on several readings I've had recently. Okay. That's in the outcome. So you might have to make some kind of decision where it comes to like, how do I say it? You know, when you're making decisions quickly, right? But you're not sure if it's the right decision. And this is showing a ghost. So that's telling me that there's some fear involved in the situation. So whatever it is, don't let fear be the motivator. Because you might just be like, look, I just have to get this done. I have to get it done quickly, blah, 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 whatever it is. And you know what? You just go and do it. Don't fear it. Because on the underside, the overall energy is the 9 of Pentacles. So whatever you're doing, you're going to succeed. Okay. And there could be these energies around you that aren't really helping, like this Page of Wands, this Page of Pentacles. Like maybe you have people that are dragging their feet, people that are just not cooperating, people that say like, oh, well, what about this? And oh, what about that? And blah, blah. And you're like, you know what? I don't, you know, maybe you don't have time for those kind of decisions, right? You're just, you know, getting into the business. Okay. So, yeah, here we got 4 of Wands, High Priestess, Empress again. Empress on top of Empress. How often does that happen? 9 of Swords. Yeah, they want you to be worried. And 9 of Pentacles. So, then 8 of Cups in the outcome. So, you might be taking some, El Diablo here. Yeah, you might be taking some time to yourself after you get this cause and effect going. And not to like necessarily do deep reflection, but maybe just, you know, have a moment of solitude of, whew, I got all that done. I can hardly believe it, you know. And with this High Priestess over the 3 of Cups with this Witch card, like, how are you getting it done? It's because you're a High Priestess. Like, you just have figured out a way, you know. It's like when I asked my mom for the meatloaf recipe, she's like, huh? You know, she has it in her head. Like, she's done it so many times. Do you know what I mean? So this 4 of Wands leading off on the 8 of Wands here, I don't think you need to be overly concerned about these obstacles. And if you do have worry, especially with this 9 of Swords, hey, oh my God. Because again, you have another 9 of Pentacles here. So especially over this Page of Pentacles where somebody could be like, oh, well, I only have this one pentacle and, you know, like, don't settle, okay, for this ramshackle page of pentacles when you're standing here with the 9. All right. And again, your overall energy with the 9. And then here comes El Diablo, like trying to say like, oh, but it's not 10. Well, so what? It's not only 1. It's not only 2. It's 9. You know, some people, they don't want to celebrate your victory no matter how cool it looks, how great it is for you. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a naysayer, right? So, yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty quick reading here. Sorry about the excessive barking in the background. I'll take a quick picture of these cards so you guys can see them and see how this reading laid out. And I think it's beneficial to see the cards myself, you know, even as, you know, somebody who's consuming the reading, because I feel like it helps, you know, communicate certain energies, right? And especially with, you know, things that might seem upsetting, where in the long run, it turns out to be, say, a minor setback where you're like, especially when I was younger, I used to journal a lot. And, you know, then I would go back and look at my journals and I would be like, who is this even about? You know what I mean? Like, why was I so upset about so-and-so? And it's like, who is this even, you know what I mean? And it's like, nah, like, who cares? You know, and the older you get, the easier that is, right? Of getting over those little humps and bumps. When you're young, you feel like, oh, it's the end of the world. Oh my God. Right. You know, and that's what El Diablo wants you to think. Right. And because they want you to stop. And if you don't think there's, you know, those kind of forces in the world, then maybe this isn't the reading for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a believer in spiritual bypassing where people are like, oh, I live in a fairy tale world where nothing bad ever happens. Ah! Like, you know, that's great for whoever. But, you know, the rest of us live in the real world where we have to pay bills and, you know, maybe go to work. And, you know, we are like Kali here, this first Empress card that came out, juggling all these balls. But then this other Empress card, you can see she looks like calm, cool, and collected. Like she's just sitting here in her lingerie. Like, and that's how I feel like you're coming across, especially if you are a feminine energy, where people are like, how is she doing this, right? And that's where this El Diablo energy is coming in, where it's like naysayers want to be like, oh, well, they probably have this, or they probably have that, blah, blah, blah. So what if you did? You know what I mean? And some of the people that are criticizing, they do have all that. And they still can't get it done. So what's their excuse? Do you know what I mean? Like, meh. So, you know, anyway, right? Some of us work for our 9 of Pentacles, and we work to be high priestesses and empresses and things of that nature, right? Because we learn how to juggle all these balls, okay? You know, I tried juggling when I was younger, and it never worked out. Like the literal physical juggling. You know, they had books on it at the library, and I would just look at the pictures and try and do it. And, you know, I could get it going every now and then, but it just didn't come naturally to me. But, you know, juggling tasks, multitasking, you know, a lot of women, feminine energies especially, are good at that, especially ones that run a home, because it's like, okay, you got this on the stove, you got the laundry going, and, you know, like earlier today, you know, like I was talking about, I had to run 3 different sweepers to clean up all that dirt, this huge potted plant that the dogs knocked over, you know, and then surprisingly enough, they were quiet and took naps after that, you know, and it's like, okay, until I got on here to do the reading, of course. So, you know, some things just make sense at the end of the day. Right? It's like, oh, the kids are being ornery when I'm on the phone. Go figure. Go figure. Okay. So that's what this Eight of Cups to me is about here, where it's like, oh, over this Two of Swords, like, oh, I don't know if I should do this first or if I should do that first. Well, just do one of them and see how it goes. You know what I mean? Stop wasting time analyzing it and just go do it. And then take your Eight of Cups moment. Maybe that's your cigarette break. Maybe that's your mommy wine. Like, whatever. Maybe you have your vape. You know what I mean? Take your time out for your adult time out because you deserve it. Right? And know that you're still working on those Nine of Pentacles that keep showing up for you. So, enough said on that. Because if you know anything about tarot, a Nine of Pentacles is pretty freaking good. Okay? So, congratulations on this reading. If you are looking to claim this energy, I feel like you're already doing the thing. And, yes, we all have doubts. And honestly, today, when I woke up today, I was not having the best day. I think I was having some indigestion actually from the Mexican food I had the other day, which it's not usually a problem for me, but today it was. And we had like some calming weather and stuff. I didn't really get good sleep. So, sometimes it's those kind of things where we have rough starts, but, that doesn't mean that you're going to be slowed down. And then I ended up getting even with the dogs knocking over that plant and all that dirt, getting into the carpet and everything. And I was yelling at the dogs and, it was a big whole mess, but I still, I swapped out the bed sheets on the bed, the bedding even today. Like that's a job, right? You know what I mean? It's just, that's where that high priestess stuff comes in. And it's like, well, I've done this before. I could do this with my eyes closed, right? So stop questioning it. Just go do it. And, you know what I mean? So, reading some of the comments here. I'm not exactly sure what that last comment is about. Somebody saying they're in no contact. Yeah. I do have some other readings that I might put out, but I'm kind of slowing down on the frequency of my readings, especially over the summertime. Maybe I might just shorten them up like this because I did a little bit of a pre-shuffle. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this Rod Stewart show that they have on TV right now that I'm enjoying. There's only a few minutes left of that. So until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye. And please do like the video, especially if you're in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. Okay? Bye-bye.